Hey everybody, Marcel Irnieracing YouTube channel. Today in the news, excuse me, good morning, sun's coming in. All right, so we're going to do a story on Russia says that its military is investigating the origins of Monster and claims that U.S. officials hindered investigations into the origin of the Monster 19er. Get my code word there. Let's go look at the article. Okay, so here is the article, January 15th on TASS, T-A-S-S, and the title again is "The U.S. Hindered the Probe into Monster Origin. Pfizer Moderna Harvested Profits," says the Russian military. Now, this is really interesting. It's really cool that we're going to get a full report from the Russian military into the origins of the monster. I mean, we all seen the information already in the secret documents. And over the last 2.5 years of all the information and common sense coming out, and the denial. I mean, we're on CensorTube. It's so hard to talk about this, but I got to use code words for everything. But back to the Wuhan, the market, when there's an actual biological research facility just down the road doing gain of function, and they're like, oh, the Wuhan market, yeah, that's where it came. Not that we're studying and creating the exact same thing just down the road, right? Okay. According to Igor Kirillov, sorry guys, it's early in the morning, that's my excuse. The list of people involved in the Monster 19er relief fraud also include top managers from a number of U.S. contracting organizations, namely, we're going to name names, Nita Madhav, I just woke up, who was CEO of Motoko, and Peter Daac, president of EcoHealth Alliance. Maybe we should sign some photos of these. All right, yeah, so another old man with not much hair. And so Dr. Peter Daac, president of EcoHealth Alliance, he's actually a zoologist, so, he treats us all like animals, right? Dr. Peter is president of EcoHealth Alliance, a U.S.-based organization that conducts research and outreach programs in global health, conservation, and international development. Yes. It's been instrumental in identifying, predicting the origins and impacting of emerging diseases across the globe. This includes identifying the bat origin of SARS. Holy crap. He actually says on his website, president of freaking EcoHealth Alliance, that he was the one who identified the bat origin of SARS. Can you believe that? Man, freaking bullshit. Yeah, so just like they're pushing their bullshit about the Monster 19er, right? It's just another version. All right, let's keep going, guys. So Moscow, January 15th, TASS. A former CIA chief and ex-Secretary of Health of the United States and a former White House medical advisor hampered a probe into the origins of the Monster 19er, while Pfizer and Moderna harvested profits from substandard flares. Code word. Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, head of the Russian Armed Forces Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Defense Troops, the RCBD, said in a briefing on Monday. So this is coming from their Russian Armed Forces Radiological, Chemical, and Biological Defense Troop leader, former CIA chief. No. Among other people who had a hand in spreading the sedemic and capitalized on selling substandard flares, he mentioned Gina Haspel, who was the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, in 2018 to 2021. So the CIA, this past director, made it rich on the sedemic. There you have it, guys. That is Gina Haspel, who was the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. Why is this woman, why was she the director of the CIA from 18 to 21, that 3-year period, right? Just before former U.S. Oh man, there's another picture of Gina. Just so we know the enemies, guys. And the first thing I do is if I search up Gina, there's from Germany, the ECCHR, Germany, a criminal complaint against CIA Director Gina Haspel, who was possibly responsible for the torture of detainees in a secret prison or black site in Thailand. It goes on, in late 2002, Gina Haspel was appointed chief of base of the CIA secret prison in Thailand known as Cat's Eye. During this time, she oversaw the torture of al-Nashiri, potentially also other detainees. Of enhanced interrogation, they quoted, which included waterboarding and other forms of torture. Yes. So back to the article here. Among other people who had a hand in spreading the C-demic and capitalized on selling the substandard flares, there was Gina Haspel and former U.S. Secretary Alex Azar, and of course the infamous Anthony Fauci, U.S. President Slug Joe Biden's chief medical advisor during the Monster 19er C-demic. So Anthony Fauci, U.S. and his chief medical advisor. Yeah, he is the one. Also it's funny how they read these things or write them. Also the CEO of Pfizer and Moderna pharmaceutical manufacturers, Albert Bourla. We all know Bourla when he was chased down by Rebel News. Oh, at the WEF, which is coming up around the corner again, guys. The World Economic Forum is around the corner. We're going to have to see what's going on again and what this, backdoor decisions and front door trying to catch them on camera. Who goes there and whatever. Albert Bourla and Stefan Bancel harvested excessive profits from selling dangerous medications, the general added. According to Kirillov, the list of people involved in the Monster 19er relief fraud also include top managers from a number of U.S. contracting organizations, namely Nida Madhav, who was the CEO of Metabiota, and Peter Daac. Yeah, we're rereading this thing. U.S. and Ukrainian officials mentioned at the briefing are just a few people. So you got the U.S. Ukrainian officials involved in the military biological activities, the Russian general said, adding that more information would be submitted for a military investigation. And that's the end of that article. And so anyways, guys, I'm going to put this on the Canadian journalists because this could just throw a strike like crazy on CensorTube. What are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts into having this whole thing be done a report through Russia? And will you be paying attention to the results?